Good evening, everyone. This is Bremster. It's been a while since I've done any streaming, but I'm going to return to the Outer Worlds and I'm going to continue my save game. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in Melbourne, and I need to remember how all of the controls worked. Journal. Did a small grave matter, so I need to talk to the people. I thought I spoke to, oh no, I've spoken to Abernathy. So a small grave matter. I've collected Abernathy. So I've got Conrad's, Phyllis's, and Ludwig's gravesite fees. Hello, Chip.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene.
Okay.
Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Relax, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their
Hey,
elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the serials. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Let's do this person outside. Wait, no. I think I'm moving around too quickly and not exploring enough. Where am I going? I don't know. When will I get there? I ain't certain.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months.
I am
Guess
not
the
your
boss
backup.
finally came to his senses.
Nope.
You ever swung a truncheon?
Yep.
Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Are you okay? You seem confused.
I'm talking about mechanical, soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Scylla
I
sent
told
me.
Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple of bits for just such a project.
I'll let you be.
Colony ain't gonna liberate itself. The Resistance needs every gun hand.
I'm for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue
Hey, Eric.
glowy square thing.
Phyllis and Conrad's gravesite feeds.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
The Edgewater Saltuna Canning facility strictly adheres to the Spacer's Choice standards of health and safety. Schedule your sick leave with your Spacer's Choice foreman and or supervisor. Be considerate towards other members of the Spacer's Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process approve of your scheduled sick leave. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. Read if you're having trouble paying for your sick leave, or try to arrange wage deductions instead. Remember, work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in the body and reflects the sickness in the mind and sickness in the character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with our local vicar.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
It's kind of you, I
I could do
guess.
without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
So the guy shot
Woke
himself?
up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough losing
Eugene
family.
wasn't family.
Thought you said closest living relative.
I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Would have? You didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
We were supposed to go out today. This is to chat. We were supposed to go out today, but because of a heat wave, we haven't gone. It's over 40 degrees here today. And it's going to be worse on Tuesday. There are parts of our state that are expecting 48. I'm wearing something that's light. How do I get to that person? I'm a bit of an idiot. Who are we kidding? I'm a lot of an idiot. I thought I was supposed to get a power regulator, but I don't remember. I do need a power regulator. Shutdown protocols have been disabled on all transformers. Oh. I need to find Conrad.
Wish we had some better rations.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority.
I assumed you were
I
the nearest
represent
board
Spacer's
authority.
Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which is itself a member of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Also, I specialize in processing fingerprints, so unless you're carrying Wells's finger on you, there's not a lot I can do for you.
Thank you for your time.
Wish we had some better rations.
Right, so I do want to talk to Silas. So I've collected 3 of them and can't collect the other one because...
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. You run into any trouble?
Conrad says he can't afford to pay.
Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners, skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room.
These loading screens, it's like, wow. After playing Cyberpunk where there are no loading screens, this feels very, very weird. Receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Space's choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay for his body price. This is going to ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? So stick around and pry them out. We'll sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Wiggle your eyebrows.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene.
You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental
Have a good one,
touch.
Keith.
He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
You're going to have to.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
I told you Eugene killed
It
himself.
was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Loading screens everywhere.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him?
I know you buried him.
Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders.
Ooh.
Or he rose from the dead.
No, stolen by marauders.
Let me know if you find anything. Something I can do for you?
Got a question
Yeah?
for you. You lose a lot of people.
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger.
Okay, so it says to return to Silas. This is Silas. I return to him, and I don't have an option
Something I can do for you?
to hand in the quest.
You run into any trouble?
I'm all done.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
So, die robot. I don't... The fact that it doesn't tell me what the key bindings are is... Okay. This is a back door or something? Where's this going to take me? So that's a back way into where the power stuff was. Cool. Worth remembering. That was useful to find. Okay, so skills. Perks. Sprint speed is good. Might take that one.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination.
You can watch the stream later, dude.
Passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter. On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Apparently I discovered a vending machine. There it is. am I so tired at the moment? Loading screen, loading screen. No more time for game development. That does all that really well. Loading screen. You don't get it seamless because we don't code here.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is.
It is so weird to be going the wrong way. It is so weird to be playing a game that is actually like well designed and thinks about the players and paced well and
Bring us honor, soldier.
I found the package you mentioned.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
So what's next?
It's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Feel like I'm going to regret getting mixed up
I
in
need
this.
you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Well, thank you. Loading time.
Miss Holcomb, I need you to explain this. You rescued the grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked...
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Spaces Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power
Only
regulator.
regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Yes, you want me to do
My
something?
proposition benefits the both of us.
Okay.
Please, hear me out.
Sure.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
You mean marauders? Marauders aren't people.
People living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Tell me what I need to do.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recognize
Adelaide's
Adelaide?
older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
What if Adelaide doesn't want to come back?
That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
All for one and every man for himself.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
I could use the company.
Great. I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay, you've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support, their skills enhance your skills, and they increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the Inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the Companion Ledger. Oh, Lord.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
It's the other side of it.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
How well did you know
I don't
them?
know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
Did you know this Adelaide?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
Why were they arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
I'm sure they're very fine people.
Mr.
So what?
Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, ma'am. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
We'll stop by.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
So it said that you should gear up your companion. But it didn't say how to gear up your companion. Right. Wow, okay. She's got better armor than I do.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic.
Bits of
Vicar
me are
Maximilian
inside.
de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out.
Maxie, baby.
Stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
He's religious. What does freedom have to do with anything?
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Thanks for your time.
If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way.
I'm here soliciting advice.
It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Why would the vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Porn and religion, they go hand in hand. You make a compelling...
On the contrary, my position means that I am one of the few legally allowed to possess such items. But do not worry. You'll be safe since you are acting on my behalf.
You make a compelling argument.
Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Something you need? That's on account of how I never met her.
You did once.
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
Keep up.
Here we go! Oh, look at us! Nice one! Take cover! Everyone all right?
We just got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater Cannery, effective immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community centre, selling rare memorabilia. Scripture tells us that all things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit and all. As for my book collection, I can't bear to part with it. Don't want those books mouldering in some contraband locker, so I stashed them all away in a cave over by the river. I find I must disagree with your theories about Earth's Directorate's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they've opened for us, I believe Halcyon and all the other colonies in the rim of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war amongst themselves if Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputes. Do you think the corporations would accept the mandated inclusion of an Earth minister if they had choice in the matter? Jefferson, of course I never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found out here among the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about the history, though. The discovery of skip drive was not what gave Earth Directorate power over the corporations. High costs of the Great War left them in a weakened state, and this skip drive was simply the extra leverage the Directorate needed to return to power. Okay. Okay, so cave entrance. There's probably a more efficient way of playing this.
Incoming!
I missed that completely. Missed that completely. So there doesn't seem to be a way to do a stealth takedown in this game. Like,
Okay, here we go! Got 'em all.
I used cover. Terrible at this sort of game. I stepped back. To now make best gear for your friends and family. Companion perks. Your companion is leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Increase the companion's maximum health. Increase the amount of threat the companion generates when attacking enemies. Decrease the amount of threat the companion generates when attacking enemies. Or increase the engineering skill when Parvati is in the party. Let's just increase their base health for now. The cave is just here. You really want to investigate it. Ooh, where does this come out? Ooh, ooh, does this mean my armor is damaged? My armor is damaged. There we go. Now, at a workbench, that would have been easier, but I don't think I've found a workbench yet. I think there's going to be a lot for me to get used to here. It's going to take me some time. Hello everyone who's watching. Curious how many people who are watching have played The Outer Worlds. I should use the money I won at poker from a friend of mine who recommended the game. He may have actually bought it from me. I should use the money I won in poker against him to buy the DLC.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
I've got your book right here.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French.
He wanted French literature.
Fucking joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You're overreacting a bit, don't you think? Overreacting?
Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Because we all know there is no way someone who writes in French could know anything. Do you think this game was developed by Americans? At least you have your mission work to give your life meaning.
As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
What's in it for me?
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
That's all part of your vicar training?
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field.
Are you even a vicar?
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Sure. I'm going.
Here we go into the wild blue Emerald Vale. So who do you prefer, Parvati or Panem? Note, there is one correct answer. I believe fast travel is a thing, but I don't know how it works. Ah. So I could fast travel back to... Okay.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Yeah, wearing a hat that looks like that must be incredibly taxing.
Explains why you're still yammering on at me. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? Don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to go look back at this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, did I hate the Vale once? I did hate the Vale once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I've got to treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committed larceny. Good news. I'm alive. Starting to feel a little better too. There's a group of deserters living out the old botanical labs. Found a way to grow some food, or something that passes for food anyway. Adelaide boiled a pot of something green and leafy and told me to drink it twice a day for my symptoms, I suppose. Tastes atrocious. I've been feeling better. It's nice to be away from the cannery. The labs have just enough power to run an aether wave, and I've been catching up on my serial dramas. Masked Marketeer. What would I do without you? Go crazy, most likely. Crack up, murder all my neighbours, and run screaming into the hills like some wild marauder. I don't know, that doesn't sound too bad. I could see myself leading a cadre of marauders. A band of bandits. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Band of bandits. What would we call ourselves? The Formidable 14. The 100 Hooligans. Featuring Zoe, the Bandit Queen. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folk like me, living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organised. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food. I've got some spare cans of saltuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some adrenatime too. Everybody loves adrenatime. Even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of adrenatime before their eyes. This is going to be great. Look out, Terror 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm going to have a whole gang of marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos.
What is it? I'll tell you what I can.
How well do you know her?
No, we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. What is it?
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Was she acting strange?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe and I were going to watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. Hey, I got time.
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices when buying and selling from vendors. I don't know what the gold in the background means. Special effect knockback. I wonder if it means it's a...
them!
Clever.
There was another one. I don't know where he is. Is that him? That's him.
Here we go! Sorry, I can't! Nice hit! Nice one!
Okay, I'm gonna die.
Leave them to me! We made it!
How the heck did that happen?
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Wow! You put those marauders in the dirt quicker than the masked marketeer. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
No, that would be me.
I'm great at clarifying.
With that haircut? Why did you leave
I
camp?
got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself.
Yeah, I got that bit.
I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys?
The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
How'd you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Something there? Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that.
No encore?
Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I mean, I haven't been using that, but I should. Oh, there's a melee attack, of course.
Nice.
I'm not sure. I don't know how you use a mod. How do you use a mod? It says first select the item that you're wanting to. But what do you mean select the item you're wanting to? So if you look at the journal, to install your mod, first select the item you wish to upgrade, then choose what type of mod you wish to install. First pick your mod to finally pick your mod to install. But how do you pick an item that you want to mod? Clicking on it doesn't do it. Right-clicking on it doesn't do it. This just gives you the ability to... So it doesn't actually work. What do you mean select? Okay, it must have to be done at a workbench. But I don't think I've seen a workbench yet. So I'm picking up all these mods and can't use them anywhere. This is the same room I was just in. I've seen one workbench, I think, and that was in the first session just before I got into town.
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Sure. Hey, don't judge me. I'm judging myself enough, lady. Place is personal property. May the return of left my endeavour. Been 2 days since I walked away from my left at Edgeway to Cannery.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with
Got my own poultice.
leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Mama speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil. We put down new roots.
Okay.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
She could be the Canadian Prime Minister. That was a really good speech.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Haven't yet.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Believe me, it's
You're
tempting.
going down to the plant. You should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Hero to you,
A
maybe.
hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around.
Oh, man.
To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
So now I've got to make a call. Am I playing this game with a conscience or not? That's an interesting question, isn't it?
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supply. Keep your wits about you, friend.
Workbench discovered. Where? The workbench allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons and armor, keeping you combat ready and in tip-top shape at all time. Okay. I've been pretty quiet, I know. But I figure a Marauder hideout is something I should absolutely investigate. I thought one of them charged me. I can't see the body, though. It almost has the same layout as a World of Warcraft cave. Took out a bandit camp. Oh.
Let's end this quick. We're pretty good at this.
What's this we? I didn't even get a shot off. So, thanks?
Unexpected. Here we go. Woo! We made it.
Didn't mean to push that button. Security logs inaccessible, keeping spaces choice company policy. All security logs have been terminated with the event of major emergency. Okay.
System. Go!
I'm about to have to make a choice, aren't I? Have a good one, Eric. Lots of people are joining this stream.
Control room should be ahead somewhere and a touch to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing. Incoming! That's the last of them.
Well done, lady. She king hit that like a mofo.
Nicely done.
Manager's office. Geothermal plant from Spacer's Choice. Notice services informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Steam members of the Emerald Vale Deployment Oversight Committee have decided to find you wealthy. After due consideration, last year I've identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. We have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the Greater Emerald Vale region. Our officers agree with you. The agriculture, fishing, canning have experienced a steady decline, while Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our officers are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Oversight has taken significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. I think this is where I'm going to have to make a choice, and all the people with morals have left my chat. Plant status. Plant status. 22% efficiency being distributed to Edgewater Saltuna Cannery and the Botanical Laboratory. Redirect power. Manual override required.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
That's 3 in the corner.
Great work.
Warning, this facility is a state authorization passcode is required. Ignition.
System.
Here they come. That's smart. That's the last of them.
Why do I get involved in combat? She's awesome. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting robots.
Unexpected. Security patrol.
Here they come. Nice one. There's 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Where are we headed?
They'll all die. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. They're dead. Okay, can I go now? Borrowed copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. Need something to read down in the pit. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of all our mechanicals. Every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Spacer's transmission of being as cheap as possible? I just finished the routine maintenance on our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. The company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago. Guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it. She said the company knew what it was doing. Ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing by my own self. Got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation.
You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom. No, 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 just leave me alone.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Processing. Searching. Investigating.
Ah, crap. I tried to hit my health thing.
You're not real. You're not real.
I try and do good content. I don't know how good I do. I pushed the wrong button. I pushed the wrong button. I pushed the wrong button because I pushed the wrong button.
I wish I could do that.
Wait, isn't that what I've got equipped? No, the one I've got equipped as 231.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Processing. Beginning security
Incoming!
patrol.
I found a flaw in you. Flaw tutorial. During your adventure, things may happen to your character that can trigger a flaw offer. Taking the flaw is optional, but doing so provides you with a perk. Auto mechanicals now give you the willies, and when they're nearby, you're not near as effective as you should be. I'll give this a try.
Want to go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil? Here we go! Get past that armor!
You say you can't get past that armor, but you did a really good job. I keep forgetting to use that.
not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
I've enjoyed making a lot of those older ones. I have been playing a bit of stuff off stream lately, but not something I want to get into the habit of.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you, do you understand what you're about to do?
Wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
Edgewater's power, I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
Oh, good God!
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Edgewater. I've made a lot of people unhappy. Sorry, Adelaide.
That was quick.
I don't know how to get out of here now. Oh, man. I wonder how many people who just left viewing left because I made that decision. Yeah, I played a fair bit of PoE too, but I was playing it like 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 15 minutes here. I've actually completed the campaign and got onto the end game, and I keep coming against bits that I think are just stupidly designed. So I don't know what to do. I think the core of the game is really good, and then there are just elements in it that are just stupid. So there's entire end game activities where it's like, oh, you push the start button. There was one I did where you push the button to start, it locks you out of your UI for about half a second, which is enough time for you to be completely surrounded by mobs and you can't move. And then half a second later, you're dead. And it's like, what's the... So it's basically taught you not to do that activity. And there's like 6 different types of activity, and many of them are like that. And I found one activity that I really enjoyed until I got to... at my level of difficulty, I'm doing about 2,000, or it might be 3,000 DPS or whatever it is. But the mob that I was doing this activity, and then a mob spawned as the final boss of the activity, which healed for more than the damage I could do. So if I did all of my like 30-second cooldown buffs, I could damage it down to like 90%. And as soon as all those cooldowns were off, it lasted like 4 seconds, then it would instantly heal back to full. So I can't actually hurt it at all. I could get it down, like damage it like this much of its health bar, and then it would heal instantly back up to full. And I said, okay, maybe it's just I get that boss for this particular one of the event, but I did 2 more of that particular type of event, and it always spawned. So I figure until I kill it, which I can't do because it heals for more than my damage by a lot, that event is out too. So there's like breaches, which I just can't do because I just insta-die. There's the expeditions, which now have a boss that I can't kill at the end of them. There's and the game is just teaching me, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. So I think there's 7 special events or something, and 6 of them the game has taught me, you can't do this. So it's like, okay, so I stopped playing. It's really stupid. I can take out all the bosses really fast. I can do all of that, but as soon as I start an event, I just instantly dead. It's just dumb. And the game is just teaching me, they're just like, you don't want to play this because it's just, it's a joke on the players.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty, enough for a generation's worth of crops.
Eric, PoE is possibly, PoE2 is possibly the best feeling ARPG I've ever played. The skill development is stunning. The character choice is amazing. The feel of the graphics and the zone design is immaculate. The only problem is the game design choices around how it treats the players. So in every regard, it's 10 out of 10. The pacing is beautiful. The way that you have to pay attention is phenomenal. The controls are amazing. I think even the gearing up system is phenomenal, but you can't do it progressively. There's no, okay, I get a little bit better, I get a little bit better, and then I move to the next bit, I get a little bit better, I move to the next bit, I get a little bit better, I move to the next bit, I get a little bit better, I move to the next bit. There's no progressive improvement. It is, I move to the next bit, and I need to get gear from the bit over here in order to progress. You need to get this huge jump in gear in order for any of it to work. And that's the problem. It's, as I said, I'm doing these levels and there's these events I have to do in order to get the rewards to unlock the next bits. But as soon as I start an event, because of the inherent delay in everything, I just immediately get locked out. I'm just swarmed and dead because you can't move out of it, you're just instantly killed. And this is a character that can do the end bosses, even the powerful end bosses, I can do those no problem. So any trash, no problem, I can take it out, anything like that. But as soon as I start an event, instantly dead. And it's like, oh, you need to be better, you need to have better gear. But the way to get better gear is to be able to do those events. And it's like, there's just this inherent disconnect where it's like, you think you're good, but we want to make you feel bad. And there's no linear progression. There's no get a little bit better to do more, do a little bit better to up the difficulty, do a little bit better to up the difficulty. It is most of the game, like there's 3 levels of difficulty. There's the stuff that's easy, there's the stuff you have to pay attention to, and those are fine. And then in the middle of it, there'll just be this stuff that is 20 times harder that will just wipe you out. And if you can't also do that, then the rest of it is meaningless. And it's just shit. Yeah, it's just bad. And if it wasn't for that element, I think it would be one of the best games I've played in a very, very long time. There's no Cyberpunk, but I think it would be stunning. The way the map system works, the way all of that works, the way you empower the things, the way you get choices as to what you're going to do in the end game. I think it's phenomenal, except for the fact that you want to do these events, and the minute you start them, you're just over. And as I said, the example I've got is I was doing a thing called expeditions where you like dig things out of the ground and monsters will appear and stuff. And one of the monsters had it had a mana drain ability, a shield, and a self-heal. And the self-heal was so powerful that I couldn't even damage the thing. Like there was nothing I could do. At which point it's like, stupid. What is the point? That just shouldn't exist. It's just so dumb.
One of us want to go.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days. I expect we got no choice. Edgewater needs us back, and loath as I am to admit it, we need Edgewater. You okay with this, Grace?
My affairs are all settled. Thanks for helping me with Zoe.
Just give us some time to gather our personals and say our goodbyes. If you run into Reed, you tell him we're coming back, yeah?
I didn't realize that meant that I was not going to be able to take care of Reed. Like, I didn't even... I didn't realize that was going to be the... I didn't realize that was going... Why would that conversation mean that I couldn't remove Reed? But whatever. I suppose that conversation means that I can't remove Reed.
I know, I'm trying to...
I'm enjoying it so far.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
Ah, of course. I never did go down here.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram! You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, galactic defender, Sisty Pig tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You're an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Well, he was helpful. What a friendly soul. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I thought... Okay. I don't know where his... I did see his room, which was the room where I needed the special passcode, but I don't remember where it was. Could I be bothered trying to find it? I'm back where I started. It was up here, wasn't it? I thought it was this area. Because this is where it was mentioned, I thought. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to give up. Don't know where it was. It was somewhere.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, well, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
We'll give that a try. Okay, this has been 3 hours. I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm possibly going to come back and do a little bit of Path of Exile 2 to show what I'm talking about. So, thank you everyone for joining me. I'm hoping you enjoyed the stream. I'm enjoying Outer Worlds. This has been a lot of fun. I'm going to step away for probably only about 5 minutes. I need to stretch my legs, have a quick bio break, and then I hope you will all decide to rejoin me for my stream in, as I said, probably about 5, no more than 10 minutes, unless something goes wrong. Thank you everyone, and I will see you again soon. And as always, good luck finding the stories that make you happy. Bye everyone.